Guys, I don't mean to alarm you, but we're talking about FNAF at Freddy's today. Five Nights at Freddy's Pizza Tower is the scariest thing to ever happen. Scream is kinda scary, Friday the 14th is kinda scary, and Nightmare on Maple Treeway is kinda scary, but you gotta remember, at the end of the day, those guys are just men with knives. We quake in our boots with even a passing glance of these fellas, but when we hear there's a new season of The Bear, we all get a giddy rush as we speed through the Hulu menus to tune into the lives of these men and women with knives. What does that tell you about us as a collective? On the contrary, FNAF is about robot killing machines disguised as animals. The scariest animals of them all, too, like bears and chickens and bunnies and children. And when you get on their bad sides, they'll get up in your face and scream at you. And I guess they eat people too. That sucks. But it's okay, guys, because I found a video that'll counterbalance the fear and all the piss-soaked britches, and it's made by an elder wise man by the name of Garrett Williamson is a music man whose online presence will be remembered for this one-off viral video he made and turned into a series while his other videos fade into obscurity. Couldn't be me. He also makes music for Scott the Woz nowadays, so he's probably doing fine. I'd recommend this video he made about his favorite video game songs. He made his consoles talk like robots. It's very fun. So how do you make Freddy Fazbear and his merry band of ghost robots not scary? Well, this isn't exactly a guide on how to rewire your brain chemistry to feel less fear or anything like that. This is actually just a shitpost. It's a minute-long video of FNAF jump scare footage with dubbed-over audio of fake screams. Bonnie the Bunny screams about Justin Bieber because interspecies relations is an inherently funny concept. There's also an actual jump scare in there, so that's a bit dishonest. There's a funny bit where Foxy, the fox pirate fox, runs up to Michael Schmidt and he says,
"Hey dude, just wanted to let you know the pizza's ready." I'm sorry, what time?
It took me nearly a whole decade to realize the layers to this joke. You see, they're at a Freddy Fazbear pizzeria, you know, with pizza. The pizza was probably made at the location, and Foxy's being very nice to the security guard. It's a mix of wholesome and funny. Daggone it, what a time to be alive! Speaking of pizza, the only joke that stood the test of time, in my opinion, is the funny voice he gives Chica when she says pizza.
Pizza! 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 Bok, 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 bok.
I think it's funny, but I also watched 3 seasons of Big Mouth, so you probably shouldn't talk to me about stuff. Overall, this video reads like a low-effort, scrambled-together post, and it also views as a post because it's a YouTube video. And it's not a particularly funny or timeless piece of fiction. I haven't even mentioned the British accent bit that got Garrett Williamson banned from the EU, but luckily I don't have to feel bad for saying all this stuff because Garrett thinks the same.
I think I became more annoyed with Not Scary, not simply because of the videos, but because it was what got me the most views.
Right.
I think a lot of it was just based on the fact that it was like really, when I don't try at all, that's when it's a hit.
Yeah.
But I give it my all and it's not happening.
Right.
Which has been my life.
With that, I'm gonna go ahead and do something nice for Garrett. And give him a low grade.
Some kind in the mail today.
Okay, so if you want an actual guide on how to make FNAF not scary, you should do what Aiden from college did and boot up some FNAF VR with some Bruce Springsteen in the background. You know, watching him push all those buttons and close all those doors to the tune of Born in the USA was the most uplifting and badass thing I had ever seen. The alcohol probably helped too. Before we start, here's the timestamp for the jump scare in the original video. Don't ever say that I don't take care of you guys, because I freaking love all you strangers. I believe it was J. Cole who once said, "Me and Drake and Kendrick Lamar, we're the big 3 rappers, don't you know?" That didn't end well. But one big 3 that we can all get behind is the big 3 gaming YouTubers of the early to mid 2010s. PewDiePie, green PewDiePie, and red PewDiePie. I watched a healthy amount of PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye back in my day. The term healthy amount is paradoxical in this context, that's the joke. But for whatever reason, Markiplier was the red-haired sheep on the Brojankster farm, y'all. Maybe it's because he didn't make as many Skate 3 videos as the other guys. Regardless of whether or not I watched his videos, he still has his millions of fans, and he continues to pop up in mainstream YouTube every so often. Like that one time he said he wanted to fuck a bee.
Smash.
He also played a small part in the formation of Super Mega, one of my favorite channels and two of my favorite white guys. But more importantly, he played a bigger part in the mainstream rise of Five Nights at Freddy's by playing the part of Mike Schmidt in his Let's Plays, not the movie. That never came to fruition. Somehow, Markiplier received the very cringy title of King of FNAF, which I'm sure looks great in a resume, by the way. It wasn't someone like MatPat who devoted the last decade of his career to the franchise and turned his interesting edutainment variety game discussion series into a lore-dump conglomerate for the C-grade horror games that followed, when he could have just made that Slender Man video like I wanted him to!
Oops!
But I guess Mark had more views, so he's the king. Yippee! I don't want to research any further into the topic lest I run into more Jackaplier fanfics, so I'm leaving it at that. I'm kind of surprised with how popular FNAF's been with Let's Players, because the games are basically just about pressing buttons and other micromanaging mumbo-jumbo to keep the scary animals from shaking you too hard. At a certain point, it gets repetitive, and I don't know how you can watch someone on their 7th part of their FNAF series where they're just like, okay, I'm gonna press this button and then open the door here, and then I'm gonna look at the security footage some more for like the 58th time, and oh no, what was that noise? But for this first video in his series, Markiplier stands his own and proves yet again that he can be an entertaining entertainer. You know, for a filthy YouTuber. He plays this fish out of water role with gravitas and vulnerability. He's very observant.
That's a creepy skull. There's creepy things on the wall.
He makes very funny faces.
Days where as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced, blah, blah, blah. Now that might sound bad, I know.
Yeah.
He's a gentleman.
There you are, pretty bunny thing.
But also a bit sassy when he needs to be.
Stay right there, you douchebag.
He's very good at foreshadowing.
But then there was the bite of 87.
The bite?
Yeah.
What bite?
And above all else, he's really good at making the funny noises that make the hood laugh and buy his merch and his coffee. Or is that the green guy? This video is a fun little time capsule to the beginning of FNAF's reign. Before the movie, before Fazgoo, hell, before the top 10 facts about the Balloon Boy. All we had was one Mark Fishbach.
Where's Big Yellow? There's Big Yellow. Is he still there? Is he still there?
My guy didn't even know the name or the gender of Chicken the Dog-Gam Chicken. This must have been before MatPat's game theory that clarified that information.
Hi, Mr. Ducky.
Or species. He turns into a bit of a scaredy Markiplier basically for the entire duration of the video. It gets to the point where he returns to past traumatic childhood memories.
I'm gonna be shoved into a teddy bear outfit, and they're gonna laugh.
And he even dissociates for a brief moment from his Mortal Coil and his padded Let's Play setup.
Oh man, I love working at Disney World. That's my favorite.
Like I said earlier, FNAF is a repetitive game with simple actions, and I'm sure it's very difficult to try to squeeze 17 minutes of funny ha-has out of it, but Mark tries his darndest and he does a good job. Hey, by the way, how are you feeling, Mark?
This is like bad.
Oh, well, get used to it, buddy.
Aggressive.
Hey guys, turns out that was a skit, and 2014 Markiplier didn't know who I was at the time. I don't even know who I used to be either anymore either. Hey everybody, today I'm doing a YouTube challenge where I pick a random FNAF game theory video and I'm gonna watch it from the start, and the segment will end if I don't understand what the hell is going on. Oh jeez, it's alive!
There's been one element I've largely been glossing over, the Stitch Wraith.
Who the fuck? I miss back when MatPat was like, hey, did you guys know that Mario's faster than Sonic? and also the bad guy. If it's really true that FNAF is basically a kid's franchise, as confusing as it may seem to anyone from the outside looking in, I gotta hand it to these little scamps. If they can retain all this information about Stitch Wraiths and fetch dogs across video games and even books, then maybe the future generations aren't so doomed after all. Maybe the Skibbity Toilet movie will make them smarter? All of this is to say that I don't get this crap, and I will never be invested enough to care to get this crap. Sorry, not sorry, pokey little flab biscuits. I'm pretty sure there are people who go through these videos and try to disprove what MatPat's saying, which means that they probably go through as much, if not more research than him, so that they can be like, no, and try to gain the high ground. For the sake of Five Nights at Freddy's lore accuracy. Seriously though, get a freaking job, dude. Go sell Spectrum Wi-Fi to unsuspecting Walmart shoppers or something. Jesus Christ! Superstar. Anyway, correct or not, the video's presented very well. The Theorist Network has had some of the best editing on YouTube, and this video is no exception, and MatPat sounds convincing enough, and when the famous MatPat picture showed up on screen, I clapped in the theater, so... I really want to drop acid so I can just watch this video and freak out something awful, dude. I think my personal favorite is... But I'm also impartial to... And after that, it's a tie between and but my least favorite is but that's just my opinion. And you're entitled to your own opinion. But that's not gonna stop me from looking at the thing that I hate that you love and being like, I don't know how anyone can enjoy this. This is completely awful. Oh, but if you like it, that's fine. But seriously, if you like this, grow up. Go sell Spectrum Wi-Fi at your local Walmart.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, even if your opinion is that Joker is better than Goodfellas, which... Let's rethink that one. Everybody's not entitled to their own opinion. I'm not messing around. Joker is not better than Goodfellas. Fuck you. Fuck your brain. Mitchell's versus the Machines. Top 4. Fuck your brain. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not messing around. Fuck you. Everybody's not entitled to their own opinion.
Some friends and I put this on one night while hanging out, and I'm pretty sure Aiden was there too, because he's our resident FNAF guy and also Godzilla guy in the group. We stopped paying attention to it after 2 minutes, but it's a good piece of archival content.